One of the most significant expenses homeowners in Texas face is property taxes. Unless you guys are prepared for these, they can come as a big surprise, causing you guys a lot of financial stress and putting strain on your budget. However, understanding how property taxes work can actually work for you. It allows you the opportunity to plan ahead and make informed decisions that will help save you money in the long run. So in this video, I'm going to break down how property taxes are explained, what they're used for, how they're calculated, and how you can even get a discount on your property taxes. So let's jump right into it. One, what are Texas property taxes? Basically, it's a monetary assessment that the local government uses to raise revenues and funds for things like public services, schools, roads, parks, libraries, fire stations, all of those things you pay. And regardless if it's a residential or commercial property, all properties are subject to property taxes unless you are exempted by law. So before we go any further, first I want to welcome you to the Living in Houston, Texas channel. If you're new here, this channel is everything you need to know about living in Houston, Texas. If you're not new here, welcome back. Hey, do me a favor really quick. Make sure you just hit that like button. It helps everyone that's looking for this type of information find it easily. Also, hit the subscribe button so you're notified every time I put out information just like what we're going to talk about today. So let's jump right into how property taxes are calculated in Texas. So Texas has a unique system for calculating property taxes. The tax is actually calculated by multiplying the appraised value of the home by the local tax rate. So let me explain what appraised value is for county appraisal districts. So a lot of times when you are purchasing a home, you have a lender that comes out and does an appraisal. They're appraising the market value, what the home could actually sell for. County appraisal districts appraise it slightly different. So they appraise the value of the home, which can be similar to the market value, but oftentimes we see the value slightly different. We actually see the tax appraised value a little lower than the purchase price. But anyway, every county is going to send out an appraiser to assess the value of the home. So if you want to know what your appraised value is per the county, you need to go to the county's appraisal district's website. So for example, a lot of Houston is in Harris County. So you would simply search Harris County Appraisal District and find their website, type in the address, and that's where you can see the appraised value of the property. Now, the tax rate, it varies from jurisdiction. Every area jurisdiction has their own tax rate. So essentially what you want to do is take the value of the property that you find on the county appraisal district's website and multiply that by the tax rate. Watch this video to the end and I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to find the tax rate for a particular property. Now, the tax rate is expressed as a percentage of the assessed value of the property. And so when you do your calculation, let's just say, for example, the tax rate that you see on how I'm gonna show you at the end of this video is 3.0. That's simply saying it's 3%. So essentially what you want to do is take that 3% tax rate, multiply it by the value that's in the county appraisal district's website, and that's how you get your yearly tax amount. Now that's another thing. Taxes are assessed on a yearly basis. So the rate times the value will give you the amount of taxes that you pay for the full year. So let's go a little bit more in depth about the yearly tax amount. For example, if you have a home and the appraised value per the county is $500,000 and it's in the area where the tax rate is 3%, 500,000 times 3 is $15,000. So your yearly tax bill will be $15,000. So there are ways, guys, that you can reduce your tax bill. Homeowners in Texas may be eligible for a certain type of exemption or deduction that will help you reduce the amount of taxes that you have to pay every year. The most common one claimed by majority of homeowners in Texas is the homestead exemption. So this exemption is going to reduce the taxable value of your home and can save you hundreds of dollars on your property tax bill. Now, the one thing is this exemption is for primary residence. So you can have one homestead exemption on one property that you own. Again, but the caveat is you have to live currently be occupying that property. And once you apply that exemption, you'll get a tax reduction that will be applied to that particular property's value. So you can lessen your tax bill by a couple of $100 actually, guys. It's a great savings. So the other exemption we have is the over 65 exemption. So this exemption is available for homeowners who are, of course, over 65 and they have owned their home for at least 1 year. Again, it exempts a portion of the property taxes so that senior citizens don't have to pay a tax amount like if you were a non-senior citizen. And the last exemption that you can possibly get in Texas is the disabled veteran exemption. So guys, this exemption is available for veterans who are disabled, and it exempts a portion or all of your property taxes. If you have 100% disability in Texas, you are exempt from 100% of your property taxes. That's huge. Keep that in mind, guys. A lot of veterans that I talk to don't actually realize that their 100% disability status disqualifies them from having to pay any taxes at all. So now let's talk about when property taxes are due, guys. So property taxes in Texas are due on January 31st of the following year of the appraisal. So for example, if your property was appraised in 2021, then your taxes would be due on January 31st, 2022. So it's important to note that property taxes become delinquent if they're not paid by January 31st, and you are subject to late payment penalties, interest, and all of those fun things. Okay guys, so I appreciate you watching this video to the end. Like I said, if you watch this video to the end, I'm gonna show you how you can calculate or find out what your tax rate is for a particular address. So I'm gonna hop on over to my computer. I'll screen share it with you guys. It'll be real quick, but this is a very simple way to determine what the tax rate is for a particular address. Okay guys, so I am going to show you how to find and calculate the property tax rate in Texas. And then I'll also show you how you can do it quickly using a Houston website too for the properties in Houston. So again, like I said, first thing you want to do is go to the county appraisal district's website. So in Houston, our one of our major counties is Harris County. So I just literally Googled Harris County Appraisal District. Again, whatever your county is, Google that county's name plus the appraisal district, and you should be able to easily find the appraisal district's website. So this is the one for Harris County. Wherever the property search is, just do a property search. You can do a quick property search or real property search or something like that, and just search by address. So I'm gonna put in our office address just because that's easy for me to find. So you put in the address. Typically the county appraisal district sites, they don't like it when you put like in street or road or something like that. So just put the street number and then the main name, and then you can click enter or something like that, and then it'll give you like all of the properties associated with it. So the one I want to look at is our main one here. And so all of the appraisal district sites will look different, guys. So just kind of keep that in mind. All the sites will look different. So you want to make sure that I'm just going to give you some specifics to look for. If you just want to see who owns the property, you can see who owns the property and what their mailing address is. But essentially, the appraised value of the property, that will be given on this site as well, or on the county appraisal district site. Now, how you calculate the tax rate, though, is you want to look at all of these jurisdictions, under jurisdiction. So jurisdictions, that's everybody that gets paid from the property taxes of the property. So you'll see here like Houston Independent School Districts get paid, our Harris County Flood, Central, and Port authorities get paid. So, but you'll see what the rate is. If you look over to the right, you'll see how much of that rate do they get paid. So for example, HISD, Houston Independent School District, they get paid 1.0372% of the entire tax rate, right? So what you essentially want to do is how you can calculate the tax rate is add up the tax rate for all the jurisdictions, and that will give you the overall tax rate. Just for valuation purposes too, you can see here, you can see what the appraised value is. So this is an office building and it's appraised at $15 million. So if let's just say the tax rate was 3%, you would take whatever the appraised value is, the total amount, which is $15,613,563, multiply that by that 3% tax rate, and that'll give you the yearly tax bill for the year. Now, we also, because this is a Houston channel, we also have a more user-friendly site, in my opinion, in Houston, where you can figure out what the tax rates is, especially if the property is listed for sale. So what you want to do is go over to what we call HAR.com, and that stands for Houston Associations of Realtors. So I'm going to go to HAR.com. If you find a property that's for sale, you can either search or, you can type in an address, but you can do a full out search, if you don't have a particular address. But in this case, I'm just going to use one of my listings that I have, and it's 505 Neyland Street, and enter, and it'll take you to the actual listing of the property. If there were multiples, you can just click on the one that you want. But if you scroll down to the bottom, this website will give you the full property tax amount, so you don't have to go and calculate it and all of that stuff. So you see right here under financial section, you see tax rate 2.2019. So that's the all-encompassed tax rate if you added up all of those jurisdictions. Again, this is just, the Move to Houston, Texas channel. So thought I would share this with you guys. It's just an easier way to find the overall tax rate for particular properties in Houston. So guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much. My name is Nicole Handy. I'm the team leader of the Nicole Handy real estate team here in Houston, Texas. And we get so many people reaching out to us about their moves to Houston. They call us, they text us, they send us a smoke signal, whatever they do, they want to get in touch with us, and we absolutely love it. You can do the exact same thing. If you're interested in moving to Texas, moving to Houston, Texas, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, or forget all of that and just click the link below to schedule a consultation with us. Either way, we would love to help you with your move to Houston, Texas.